So my name is Aaron Buchanan. I'm a senior manager in the customer experience department of ClickFunnels. We're a group of well over 120 people that form the support backbone for ClickFunnels, which is a company that provides the necessary tools for entrepreneurs to launch their businesses and sell through funnels across the internet. So we're a company with people who work across the globe. We have people from Kenya, we have people from the Philippines, people from Canada and Mexico, and just basically all parts of the world working together as an online team. And we wanted to be able to bring them together. We wanted to be able to show appreciation, not just from management, but from peer level. We needed a way for people to feel included and welcomed and cared for, even though you can't see each other's faces or meet by an office call. We searched high and low. We had a different service I won't name for over a year that we hoped would solve this problem, and it just failed. And so we put together what we'd learned from that. We made a checklist of the things we needed. And then we went and we hunted down, and we had screening calls with 10 different services before we settled on assembly. The short version is we needed something that was easy to use, convenient for our agents, that lived within their space. And that's one of the big advantages Assembly had over almost all the competitors, is the Slack integration was top notch. And since Slack is our primary communications platform, it meant agents didn't have to go anywhere to do the thing. They could just right there within their workflow, within their usual communication channels, they could give someone a shout out, they could receive that shout out. And it enabled this to work without breaking down, because no one wants to go log into a second website just to say thank you. So being international, we need a reliable way to reward people that are across the globe. And previous tools had failed on that, where some countries couldn't get rewards, they couldn't turn things in, and that was a big demoralizer for someone who's working hard, thinks they get something and they can't do anything with it. So from day one, Assembly, it was reliable, it loaded quickly. There were no issues with cashing out for people who got their rewards, and so just the overall experience was very positive, very convenient. Literally no complaints. So for us, onboarding was very simple. People were up, and most of our department was connected within 2 or 3 days. And then we just made sure to check on the ones who haven't logged in and give them a little nudge. And yeah, overall, it was very easy to get people buying in and just using it. I was just really, really happy with how seamless the Slack integration was. That was a big deal for us. How easy it was to throw a GIF in, and then it shows up on the Assembly page. It shows up in Slack. When people are emojing things, responding, it transfers over very easily. We didn't really find any hiccups or flaws with that. So it was just really good that the core function we desperately needed worked great right out the box with no issues. I would say we have used some of the flows to do some like team side and department side NPS surveys, define ways of kind of connecting with people, and get a better read on where they're at. We've also been able to use it as part of our culture initiative, where we do a lot of like special events, things on holidays or seasonal activities, or just fun, goofy stuff like trivia night. And we use basically like team leaders with extra budget within Assembly to give those awards out each month. We've used it, as I said, for NPS surveys. We've used it for some other internal surveys about tools that we've like tried out for our browser extensions and things like that. So just whenever we wanted to try to get feedback from our agents, from our department, on a broad scale, it was a useful tool because we can fire it off to everybody, and just get some good feedback that way. Gift cards have been huge because it's easy. You can get it from anywhere. Yeah, like I've seen people donating to charity just for fun, like just because they want to do that instead, and that's been awesome too. It's part of a package. Like no tool like this is going to by itself make your culture work. But what Assembly does is it gives us a way to conveniently package a way for people to get thanks and give thanks to each other, It establishes a baseline culture of appreciation. And it gives us the tool to multiply that, because when you've got hundreds of people, you can't go and individually thank all of them all the time. You need them to be able to reinforce each other when the whole thing falls apart. So for us, assembly it allowed us to scale in a way that maintained our culture and our morale. And we wouldn't have been able to do it without an effective tool.